Hi, I'm Tess Downing, founder of Complete View Financial, and welcome to this month's video blog. Today I want to talk about the importance of emergency funds, why you need to have an emergency fund, how much you need to save for your emergency fund, and then where to actually keep your emergency fund. So first, why even have an emergency fund? Obviously, that safety net between you and life is super important. Job losses, illnesses, catastrophic expenses happen to people every day, and I think we can all agree in this current economic environment, the unexpected happens, and so we need to be prepared and have an account that's easily accessible in a moment's notice. Oftentimes, these emergencies are what land people in a cycle of borrowing that can ultimately damage a credit score, such as overusing a credit card. So how much do you need to save? Well, first we need to begin by creating your monthly budget. Once you understand how much you're spending on a monthly basis, go back in and identify what discretionary expenses you could possibly remove. These would be things like travel, gifting, entertainment, things that you can truly live without in a true emergency. Then multiply that times the number of months you need set aside. This is the amount you need to aim for your emergency fund. Now, if you're a dual earning couple, I recommend at least 3 to 5 months set aside. If you are a single income family, I recommend 5 to 7 months. And if you have a high risk job, things that might be heavily commissioned with unpredictable income, business owners, or positions heavily influenced by economic factors like the restaurant industry, for example, 7 to 8 months set aside would be a good target. Now, how do you actually build this emergency fund? First, you need to think about that end goal, the total amount that you want set aside in your emergency fund. You then set up an automatic monthly savings goal, transferring from one checking account into this savings emergency fund account. This can be automatically set up through your local bank, fairly simple to do. The important thing here is to remember that just because we're saving to an emergency fund doesn't mean we stop saving for retirement. They need to be done in conjunction, simultaneously, because we can't give up future retirement earnings in lieu of just an emergency fund. We need to be able to meet both goals simultaneously. So where do you actually keep an emergency fund? This is pretty basic, but just your simple checking or savings account at your local bank. While these don't earn a lot of interest, you're also not penalized for withdrawing from them. You don't want to actually invest your emergency funds, say, in the market, property, other assets that are non-liquid. That kind of defeats the purpose of an emergency fund being easily accessible in a moment's notice. Obviously, an emergency fund is something we hope that you don't have to tap into often, but it's very important that we all have one and it's set aside and will cover us for a certain amount of time given the unexpected. So thanks for listening in to this month's blog post.